Kristal Hart, and welcome to the Kristal Hart Show. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, and today they announced that on November 20th, Terence Crawford will go up against Shawn Porter at Mandalay Bay. So now, let's go to the press conference.
It all goes down Saturday, November 20th, just down the street at the Michelob Ultra Arena inside the beautiful Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. The WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford, puts his title on the line against two-time champion Showtime Shawn Porter.
I really just feel like this is happening right on time. There's no secret that there's respect between myself and Terrence. There's no secret that I consider us to be friends. I don't know what you consider us to be now at this point, but whatever the case may be. Say again?
Ain't no friends till after the fight.
There you go. So I'm not mad at that. And we operate differently, and I understand Terrence, and I think that we can talk all about resumes. We can talk all about who's done what and who's done this and that. But when I look at his resume and I say something like, I know Terrence, nobody else that's been in the ring with him knows him the way that I know him, or knew him the way that I know him. Nobody knows him in and out, how he operates mentally, emotionally, so on and so forth. I could say some things on this ring and really get him upset. I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? I could say some things and make him smile. I could say whatever the case may be. But it remains to be seen. What I do know is that November 20th is a day for the world. It's a day for the world of boxing, and it's definitely a day for the world of Team Porter and Team Crawford. It's going to be a magnificent evening. I'm looking forward to doing what I do best. I love what you said, Bo Mac. It's infectious. The best opponent brings out the best in Terrence. The best in Terrence is going to bring out the best in Shawn Porter. Y'all benefit from what we going to do November 20th. If y'all, I didn't wear a shirt today because initially I wanted to show you that I've been working. And then I was like, you know what, let me show everybody else that I've been working.
We working.
We working. And I just don't, again, I'm not going to speak on your resume. Your resume is your resume, man. Like my dad said it. We're fans of yours. We've been fans of yours. I know everything that you've done, and I'm proud of everything that you've done. But I know everybody doesn't work like me. You know that. And I know that there's nobody that I'm getting in the ring with or may have been in the ring with that works the way that you work. You know what I mean? So on November 20th, no, we're not friends in the moment. After that, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But until that point in time, man, we're going to sell this fight. We're going to make this fight everything that it's supposed to be. And on fight night, we're going to go in there and lay it down.
Yeah. Bud, how would you characterize your relationship over the years and now having heard all of that?
Me and Shawn, we always had a great relationship ever since the amateur days in Venezuela. You know, I got pictures with me, him, Demetrius Andrade. You know, it's never been any bad blood, never got into it with him. It's always been love. I always supported him. He always supported me. But come November 20th, I'm going to step on him.
We're going to beat the stuffing out that turkey.
More time! He's called out a lot of the biggest names in the division. And you talk about the respect that you've had. But here it is now, November 20th. He's calling you out. The fight's been made. What's next?
Well, you know, it's put up or shut up. Yeah. In my eyes, you know, I can stand up and I can pull my shirt out and I can really show you this 8-pack I got because, you know, I stay working.
Tell him again, bud.
You know what I mean? I stay working, you know. That ain't nothing to me. That ain't nothing new to y'all, you know. You know what you're going to be up against November 20th. I know what I'm up against November 20th. And like you said, we're going to get the fans a great night of boxing. It's going to be fireworks from bell 1 to bell 12 if it lasts that long. Unlike other fighters that you fought, I'm different. I believe you know that I'm different. You know, the more you push, the more I'm going to push. The more you come, the more I'm going to come. And I'm pretty sure each and every one of y'all out here that seen me fight didn't seen it. You know, everybody say, oh, well, why you throwing fire with fire when you can just outbox them? Because I love it. I love that. You know what I mean? You push, I'm going to push. You hit me hard, I'm going to hit you even harder, and let's who can last. You know, so that's what makes me and Shawn Porter a great fight.
Shawn, when this fight was first presented to you, what was your reaction? And then when it was finally made, what was your reaction?
It was crazy. I remember I landed in Connecticut to broadcast the Olympic boxing, and I got the tweet from the WBO mandating this fight between myself and Terrence, and I sat back and I just shook my head smiling because I knew that eventually this fight was going to be made. I knew that nothing was going to stand in the way. And so for me, that was when it was made to me, the fight when the WBO did that tweet. Beyond that, man, I couldn't wait for this moment. I haven't seen Bud in a minute. We haven't been in front of, either of us have been in front of media talking about a fight in a long time. I've been on TV talking about other fights, being stimulated by other fights, but now to talk about my own fight right now this is special for me, and it's only going to get better.
I will agree with you. It feels fantastic to have all of this media in the room. It's been 2 years since we've been able to gather like this. We were in the bubble for a long time, fights happening all over the place without fans. I want to come back to Tom and Bob because, again, we constantly hear, hey, man, make these fights happen, make these big fights happen. We've got one tonight, and we've got one again on November 20th. How does that make you feel about the sport in general moving in maybe a new direction where we're going to see bigger marquee fights like this one?
I'll let Bob go first on that.
This quarter, we have a lot of good fights, a lot of great fights, but we have 3 marquee fights. One tonight, obviously, the November 20th confrontation between Terrence and Shawn, and of course, Canelo Alvarez and Plant, another great fight. And they're all such big fights, they'll be on pay-per-view, all 3 of them. And people say, well, isn't it a lot of money? You got to pay $70 for one, $80 for another. It's a lot of money. But look at what a decent ticket is to watch a fight. Probably $250, $300 just for a decent ticket. The 3 events together on pay-per-view don't come to that. So I think it's a great, great bargain for fight fans, for sports fans, to see events like that. And I thank PBC and Tom for helping us make this fight happen, for being so cooperative in the fight tonight, and I commend them on making a great fight like Canelo and Plant, which will take place in early November.
Thank you, Bob. And yeah, look, it comes down, just like Bob said, it's the fighters. It's always the fighters. When they ask for something, or it's a fight that can be made, we're going to go do it. We've worked with Top Rank, many times in the past, and it seems like the relationship's just been getting better and better. And I'm looking forward to tonight. It's been a great event, great promotion, and obviously November 20th, we're going right back into it again. So it's worked very well together. Thank you.
Hold up. Time out. Can you reverse what you just said a few minutes ago? It's the what? The fighters that makes the fight, that want the fight, you go get the fight?
That's right. Now I know where you're going to go with this.
All right. I just wanted y'all to hear.
I don't know where you're going with it.
No.
But it's a new day.
It's definitely a new
day.
It's definitely a new day, but I just wanted y'all to hear that on camera. So y'all know it ain't Terence Crawford that's been stealing the fights, all the fights that y'all been wanting to see. I just wanted y'all to know that, live and direct.
In all of sport, we hear the word legacy thrown around. And, I'm honored to be sitting between 2 incredible, not only boxers, but incredible human beings. Your legacy's cemented already in the sport of boxing. What does a dominating win over Porter mean to you?
Well, just boost my status as #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I'm already considered the best fighter in the world. Beating the likes of Shawn Porter in tremendous fashion will only, boost my status, skyrocket from where I am now.
Same to you, Shawn. What does that mean to you with this fight and a win for your legacy?
Yeah, I think both of us, I'll speak for I'm pretty sure I'm on the brink of being in the Hall of Fame. I think that he's done practically everything that he needs that's required to be in the Hall of Fame. And I think for me, being on the brink right here is not win or go home. Right here is win or nothing else. My life right now is dependent upon winning this fight, beating Terence Crawford. Like the word that you said, dominating Shawn Porter. He's a dominant fighter. Everybody that he gets in the ring with, he dominates. And so for me to be that guy that he can't dominate, to be that guy that beats him to the punch, that finishes the exchanges and punches just as hard and just as fast, everything that's required to beat Terence, I got it. And it's just about going in there on the 20th, great game plan, and doing the right things round by round until the end of that fight. So this to me is, I think that you're sitting between two legendary fighters, but I think that this fight right now for me is going to depend, my legacy is going to depend on beating Terence Crawford.
The atmosphere at a fight is unlike anything else. There's no other sport that can come close to the atmosphere in an arena with thousands of fans screaming at you guys as you make your way to the ring. Music, ring walks, everything that comes together for these incredible nights. We're going to see it tonight inside T-Mobile Arena. You fought in the bubble. How excited are you now to get back inside a major arena on the Strip in Las Vegas in front of a ton of fans?
Man, it's been a long time waiting. You know, everybody's excited. I know everybody on Team Porter side is excited. You know, my family, my friends, my supporters, you know, everybody just been dying to go to a live event, you know, and this is the first live event that they get to see Terence Crawford in action in a long time. You know, the wait is over. Everybody's been coming to me, when the next time you fighting, when the next time you fighting. So, you know, everybody's just been sitting there just hungry for it. You know, just like I've been hungry to get back in the ring. You know, and now is the time, and the time is now, and I'm going to give everybody what they've been waiting for.
Shawn, same to you. You've witnessed now these bubble setups, no fans. It's different. There's just no other way to explain it. As a fighter, those fans motivate you. They push you to the next level sometimes. We didn't have that for a while. Now we get it back.
Yeah, and it's funny. I fought last year in August, and no fans. And you imagine between August and now we're in October. My dad practically, since January, you got to figure out who you fight and get back in the ring. You got to figure out who you fight and get back in the ring. What about that Terence fight, you think? What about that Terence fight? I really ain't nobody I want to fight other than Terence. I don't know if we're going to get that fight. And if we do get that fight, we need to have that fight in front of fans. We can't just have that fight in a room full of nobodies. And, yeah, we'll sell it on pay-per-view, but it's not the same. And so my dad, he was pushing me to get in the ring with someone else. This man right here to my right, I consider to be the next best thing in the world to Errol Spence Jr. Been there, done that. And now it's time to take on this challenge right here. And so between the patience of myself, the understanding of my dad that Shawn ain't going to fight nobody other than Terence Crawford whenever that time comes, to TGB and Top Rank finally making a smart decision for Terence and the best decision they can make for me. We got a great fight for y'all happening November 20th. And I think even the energy along the way is gonna be great as well. But definitely, fight night is gonna be unlike no other. Terence, you've been in some big fights. You've been fighting back home, so I know the energy's been crazy. This is gonna be the craziest energy you ever felt, and I'm looking forward to it.
Kenny, I want to come back to you for another one. You know, he said right out of the gate, stood up, I've been working. Do we have to change anything going into this camp, knowing that you're facing Terence Crawford?
If the question is, do you have to change for Terence Crawford, there's a lot of things you have to do for Terence Crawford. You just can't come back into this type of fight with this type of caliber fighter and do the same things you used to do. You got to be better than you've ever been before, and you've got to think outside of your normal, everyday, motions and movements. You got to change everything. So Shawn's been living up on a mountain away from his family. I'm not up there with him. He's been up there away from other fighters. There's no fighters up there with him. we're gonna take some up there eventually, but he been like, just like secluded up there by himself, just him and God. So we've done things totally different this time. Yeah. He's never had to just be completely by himself. I've always at least been there with him. So yeah, we're doing a lot of things different, and every day I'm trying to figure out what we can do to be better every day. I'm gonna borrow other people's intelligence. I do that all the time anyway, but I got some smart people that I can reach out to, and Bomac is a great trainer. Terrence is a great, excellent fighter. As we said, everybody knows we have a history. When you have that kind of history, you've seen that guy do the things that he's done. You have to change. You have to be better than you've ever been before. And we never would have dreamed. I never would have dreamed that Shawn and Terrence would ever fought each other. And this is not about, going back to where we knew each other, back in the amateurs and all that stuff. But I have to say I'm very proud of him, very proud of his trainer, very proud of his family, the family man he's become. To see these guys grow up and not only be great fighters, but great people outside of the ring, And of all the fighters I've ever come in contact with in my entire life, I've never had one step to me personally. Wait a minute, personally in a dark alley and ball up his fist and stand there and say, "What you want to do?" And I had to say, "Not today," because we might not have this right now, And I have this enormous amount of respect for him and his trainer, and like I said, his whole camp, and the guy over there hollering from the back behind it. Yeah, him.
We're gonna get you.
The guy hollering behind it.
We're gonna get you.
Bomac,
Because
But Bo, I want to pose the same question to you. I wish we had another hour because we could sit up here for an hour. But Bo, again, Shawn Porter is the next task at hand. Anything different you got to do in camp?
I will tell you this, man. We already worked hard in camp, when we in Colorado Springs. I will tell you this, man. My man, he turned us up. He turned us up. He turned the coaches up. And it's something about this camp that's very, very special because everybody's on cue. Even the dog is on cue. So we ready, man. We ready. You can't just bring regular sparring partners in for somebody like Shawn. You gotta search the boxing world for the best. You gotta ask around.
Same here.
You gotta ask around different coaches from different from the East Coast to West Coast. You gotta go over to Argentina. You gotta go, search the world for the best sparring partner because you know what type of fight he's going to come with, and we know that. And trust me, we're going to be prepared. But I got to tell you this, man. I appreciate the respect for you, Kenny. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. But I got to tell you this. We had already talked about this fight, and I actually called him one day. I said, "Hey, what's up? What's up?" I said, "Y'all ready?" He's, "Shoot, man, we fight y'all at home if we have to." I said, "All right, then. All right, I'll call you back."
No, he did. He actually called me.
So, we've been looking at this fight, and we know what type of fight it is going to be, and we know what type of a fighter Shawn is. So, we're going to be ready. Trust and believe that.
We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, and with us is Bomac, Terence Crawford's trainer, to say a few words. I go so far back with you. I remember when you were cooking catfish once for him. It was at Madison Square Garden. I remember you talking about it.
Oh yeah, and we still do it. We ain't changed nothing. Money don't change nothing. We still eat Roman noodles and shit.
Well, tell us, up there you were talking a little bit about the training camp, and you're on point. I even like that you said even the dog is on point. So could you tell me a little bit about the spirit and what's going on in camp there?
Well, when you got top level fighters in camp like Jamel Herring, Terence Crawford, you got the up and comings, you got the Michael Gamble, the 4 rounders. I mean, hey, listen, training camp, everybody pushes everybody in camp. The coaches push the fighter push the coaches. The dog is up early in the morning getting her run in. Hey, it's lovely up there, and everything's on fire.
Hey, what type of dog?
Pit bull. Pit bull.
Okay. And just to end this, you seem like you have a long history, both of you, between the amateurs and a great respect. So just tell me what you feel, though, what's going to be the outcome.
Well, again, like you said, it's a lot of respect there from the Porter's camp to Crawford's camp, you know, because we've been knowing them for so long and we've been cheering for them and to pull out tough fights, man, for Shawn and the amateurs when he was at a higher weight. It's been great. Training, the teams have been great with each other, and which is well respected.
And just to end this on a fun note, you said something about a phone call, and you guys said we'll fight in the street if we have to.
Yeah, of course I call Kenny, man. You know, I call Kenny. Hey, I should call him now. Yeah, I call Kenny, man. Say, hey, man, if we're gonna fight, let's fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we actually run out of opponents, so the best got to fight the best. And so they were willing to fight, and we're willing to fight too.
Just on that note, is it frustrating? No, it seems like so many people have either ducked him or it hasn't been able to be made.
It is frustrating that you know you want to fight those guys that consider some of the best in the division, and they don't want to get in there with Terrence. So, you know, and we thank Shawn for accepting the challenge to fight for Terrence's belt, so Terrence could defend it against a great fighter like Shawn.
Okay, on that note, you don't want to miss it because Terence Crawford is one of the best and maybe, not recognized quite as much as he should be, and this is going to bring it to light.
It's going to bring it to life. Don't miss it.
Hi, I'm Kristal Hart. With us is Kenny Porter, who is Shawn Porter's father, and I'm behind the schmo, and he was talking about what a great outfit you have, and that is styling.
Thank you very much. That young lady over there dresses me.
Well, you're also from the same area. I'm from Warren, Youngstown, and you're from the Cleveland area, so maybe that had a little something to do with
Oh no, people know how to dress back in Cleveland, Youngstown, Warren area. People know how to dress over there. I used to go to Youngstown and Warren area for fights all the time on the weekends. Shawn boxed there quite a few times when he was growing up as an amateur.
Oh, so you probably have run into Boom Boom Mancini.
All the time. Actually, I didn't speak with Boom Boom last week, but someone sent me a message from Boom Boom who was having dinner with him. It was a great message about Shawn's victory over Terence Crawford. I'm not 100% certain, but I believe that Boom Boom will be speaking with Shawn this week on a video chat. So we've been in contact with someone, a mutual friend, and then Boom Boom and Shawn actually worked together at Fox for a while. So yeah, great friend there.
That's a great friend. Well, this is a big fight because Terence Crawford might be even one of the most underrated fighters as far as the audience knowing, and he's a wonderful fighter. So what do you need to do or change for this fight?
Well, that question's been posed to me earlier today. And my best answer to that is every day we're just going to try to challenge Shawn to do something new and different, but specifically to the style that Terrence fights. So every day is going to be a day that we say, okay, Shawn, we studied on Terrence last night. Here's some of the movements that we've seen. Here's some of the things that he's going to do. We're going to work on those things. It's a challenge every day just to improve everything we're doing. We can't think that, what we've done in the past has been enough. It's not. It's never going to be enough. So I think every minute of this fight, every round of this fight, and every minute of this fight, Terrence is going to challenge us, but we're going to challenge him.
Yeah, you can't underestimate Terence Crawford.
Never.
Because he is just spectacular. Now, you said something about your son is in the mountains or by himself this time for a while. What led to this change in strategy?
That was because, Shawn lives here in Vegas. We actually live about 200 yards away from each other. His house is basically across the street from mine. I can look at his house from my kitchen window, right? Or my bedroom window, I can look at his house. But he's now a married man with 2 children. And so I said, Shawn, we got to get you out of the house. You can't be, changing diapers and cooking dinner and sitting on the couch with the kids all the time. We got to get you out of here. So there's a place called Mount Charleston, which is about 35 miles away from Las Vegas. It's high up on a mountain. We found a house for him up there, and that's where he's living at right now. Some of the boxers that we have will start going to stay with him up there this week. But for the past week, for a whole week, he's been up there by himself. And his weight is great. He's been able to focus. He's been just able to seclude himself from everything and everybody and get his focus together.
I find that because I'm also the producer, the editor, the reporter, and I find when I'm in Ohio with my nephews and nieces, I need to go to New York or even Vegas here, and I get so much more work done because concentrating, when you're with the children and you're doing homework and you're doing this, and now it's 11 o'clock at night and you start to get tired. Before, I end, I loved that I talked to Bo Mack, and I think he gave you a call, and you said, well, we want to get this fight done. We'll fight in a parking lot if we have to. Well, tell us how this fight came about.
Oh yeah, he called, and I said, hey, we'll come to Oklahoma and fight you. And he said, well, you guys work on your end, and I'll work with Top Rank to try to get this fight done. And I said, well, you tell them we'll fight you in a Walmart parking lot. And that was the last thing we said to each other. Now, obviously, we're not fighting at the Walmart parking lot, but the Mandalay Bay, November the 20th. Tune in.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.